A customer sent us their Synology DS415 Plus for us to fix. The initial issue they were experiencing is that the unit had power, but the status light, the blue status light, kept blinking endlessly, and the unit was never detectable on the network. Now, we've actually already performed the repairs. We did connect drives to it, and we're able to get full functionality, full access on the network, sent the unit back to the customer, but they're stating that they're still having issues with some of their drives. Now, we believe that some of their drives may have failed, but they wanted us to install a reset button, which unfortunately got knocked off when they were pressing it with a little too much force. So they're not able to do a reset. Now, depending on the RAID that they're using with their drives, it is possible that the reset button will actually have no effect. We did inform them of that, but they wanted us to go ahead and install it anyway so that they can give it a try and perhaps save their data. Now let's take a closer look at the damage under the microscope and evaluate what we need to do next. So right here is where the reset button is typically located. And as you can see, it's missing. Now we didn't actually receive the reset button with the unit, so we will have to use one of our own. And most likely it looks like they used something to push through and scratched the board as well. The reset buttons are very small, they're very fragile. They do not need to be pushed in aggressively. Be very gentle with them or you will break them off. But it does look like all of our pads are present. There is no physical damage to the actual pads themselves, which is good news. And this is what a original looks like off of one of our donor boards. This is actually going to be a DS412 Plus unit that we're going to scavenge the button from. We're going to want to desolder the old solder off of the board we're fixing, adding a little bit of flux for flow. Just want to make sure we can get good flow here. Okay, and then we're going to use our desolder wick. A little isopropyl alcohol and cotton swab to clean up the spent flux. We're going to add a little bit of flux to all sides. We're going to add just a smidge of solder. Add a little bit more fresh flux. And we're going to use our hot air. Now I want to be ready to scoop up that button as soon as it melts because we don't want to melt any of the plastic. There we go. We're going to use solder paste, and that's a little much, so we're going to try and remove just a smidge so that we don't have a bridge. Now this pad and this pad are both ground. This is the actual reset button pad, so that's the one we want to keep separated. It's okay if these guys are bridged over here, but right over here is the area we want to keep separation. Go ahead and set it in place. Let's go ahead and heat it up and install it. I'm going to put just a smidge of downwards pressure with my tweezers. Okay, it's locked in. Using my multimeter, we're going to do a continuity check to make sure the button is working. When we have continuity, we get a beep. Do I have a short? I do not, but if I press the button, we get continuity. Unit is fully booted. Let's go ahead and reset it. So it looks like the reset button is working. If you found the video helpful or useful, leave us a like, subscribe for more content, and thank you for watching.